What if everything you thought you knew about friendship was wrong? What if the people you call friends aren't lifting you up, but quietly holding you back? What if the energy you feel after being with someone is the real truth about who belongs in your life and who doesn't? Imagine spending years sharing your secrets, your dreams, your fears, only to realize that some of the people around you were never really there for you. They were just pretending. What if the key to finding real friends isn't more people, more memories, or more time, but learning to read actions over words, noticing who stays when life gets messy, and protecting your heart like the treasure it is? What if every drained conversation, every subtle betrayal, every fake smile is actually a sign, guiding you toward the people who truly matter, inspire growth, who celebrate you without envy, and who make your soul feel alive? In the next few minutes, you're going to discover the secrets to spotting fake friends and finding real ones, the people who deserve your time, your trust, and your energy. And by the end of this, you'll see your friendships, your choices, and your life in a way you never have before. What if everything you believed about friendship was a lie? What if the person you trust the most, the one who says, "I've got your back every time," is not really who you think they are? We live in a world where words are cheap, where anyone can tell you exactly what you want to hear, but the truth hides in the details of their actions. Imagine a friend who promises to show up, yet when the time comes, they vanish without a word. Imagine someone who says they care, but when you're down, they're the first to disappear or gossip behind your back. Words can comfort, but actions reveal reality. True friendship is not measured by, "I'm here if you need me," or "call me anytime." It's measured by whether they actually show up when it matters the most. The shocking truth is most adults confuse attention for friendship, kind gestures for loyalty, and compliments for love. You might have been holding on to people who look like friends on the surface but are toxic in their core because you listened to what they said rather than watching what they did. Ask yourself, when life got messy, who stayed? When you made mistakes, who helped you fix them instead of judging? Real friends behave differently when no one is watching. They sacrifice their comfort to support you. They speak up when you're in the wrong with love. They defend you when others doubt you, and they celebrate your victories without envy. Fake friends, on the other hand, perform only when it benefits them. They smile in your face but whisper behind your back, and they vanish when your life requires authenticity, not convenience. The behaviors you've been ignoring are screaming the truth at you every day, and yet we choose to believe the illusions because it's easier to accept words than face disappointment. What if your most trusted circle is built on empty promises? What if your energy drains not because of your life, but because of the people around you pretending to be what they are not? Learning to spot these patterns, to prioritize actions over words, is the only way to protect your heart, to reclaim your peace, and to finally surround yourself with people whose presence is as genuine as their words sound. What if the person you call a friend is quietly stealing your energy every single day? What if the reason you feel exhausted, anxious, or even guilty after spending time with certain people isn't just in your head, but in the very way they interact with you? Most adults don't realize that friendship isn't just about laughs and inside jokes. It's about how someone makes you feel long after the conversation ends. Imagine leaving a gathering where one person's presence makes your chest tight, your mind restless, and your confidence shaken. That isn't coincidence. That is a red flag. Real friends have an invisible superpower. They'll elevate you. You feel lighter and inspired and more alive after being with them. Fake friends, on the other hand, are emotional vampires disguised as companions. They laugh at your ideas but belittle them subtly. They offer advice but load it with judgment. They celebrate your wins only when it benefits their ego. The shocking truth is, most people don't check their emotional bank account after friendship interactions. They ignore the draining feeling, convince themselves it's normal, and continue investing time in people who deplete them. Ask yourself, after a conversation, do you feel energized or exhausted, encouraged or diminished, supported or scrutinized? Because energy is truth. Words can lie, actions can mislead, but the way someone makes your soul feel cannot be faked. It's the silent language of friendship. What if you could learn to listen to that language, to honor your own energy as much as you honor theirs? What if choosing friends became less about history or convenience and more about how your body and mind feel in their presence? The people who truly belong in your life are the ones who leave you with more than memories. They leave you with momentum, courage, and clarity. Those who drain you, gossip about you, or weigh you down are liabilities masquerading as allies. The moment you start tuning into the energy of your relationships, you unlock a new level of awareness, a shield against fake connections, and a path to finding people whose presence feels like home, not exhaustion. What if the true nature of your friendships only reveals itself when life gets messy? What if every argument, every misunderstanding, every moment of tension is a test you didn't even know you were taking? Most people only see the fun side of friendship, the laughs, the plans, the photos. But the real measure of a friend is how they respond when things go wrong. Imagine trusting someone with your dreams, your mistakes, your fears, only to watch them vanish the moment conflict arises. Imagine being vulnerable and honest, and instead of understanding, you face judgment, avoidance, or even subtle sabotage. The shocking truth is that fake friends shine brightest when everything is easy, but the moment you encounter storms, they disappear, leaving you alone with your pain. Real friends, on the other hand, do not run from conflict. They sit with it, they communicate, they listen, they fight with love rather than against you. They don't make you feel guilty for your mistakes. They help you grow through them. They don't throw your vulnerabilities back at you. They protect them fiercely. Most adults don't realize that conflict isn't a threat to a friendship. It's a reveal. It exposes who is loyal and who is convenient. It separates those who are emotionally invested from those who are performatively present. What if every time someone left you hurt or betrayed, it wasn't about you being too sensitive, but about them being the wrong person for your life? What if the disagreements you've been fearing are actually your guideposts, pointing out who deserves your time and energy and who doesn't? True friendships survive storms, and they thrive because both people are willing to face discomfort together, to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable, and to prioritize trust over ego. Fake friendships collapse under pressure because they were never built on truth. They were built on convenience, pretense, or selfish gain. Learning to see conflict as a mirror, to observe how people behave under stress, gives you the power to stop wasting your heart on the wrong people. It's not the easy days that define friendship, it's the hard ones. The ones that show whether someone is willing to stand by your side or walk away. And once you recognize this, you can finally stop questioning loyalty and start finding it. What if the very people you call friends are betraying the most sacred parts of you without you even realizing it? What if every secret you whispered, every tear you shed, every fear you revealed was treated not as trust, but as ammunition? Most adults don't see it coming because fake friends are masters of disguise. They smile, they joke, they make you feel safe, but the truth hides in what they do when your guard is down. Trust and vulnerability are the currency of genuine friendship, and the shocking reality is that many people are spending theirs recklessly on the wrong hands. Imagine telling someone your deepest fear, your biggest regret, only to later find that same story twisted, exaggerated, or whispered behind your back. That sting, that betrayal is a signal, a loud alarm your soul is begging you to hear. True friends honor vulnerability. They treat your trust as a treasure, not a toy. They hold your secrets like sacred objects. They celebrate your honesty. They protect your soul from harm. Fake friends, in contrast, exploit it, manipulate it, or discard it when convenient. What if you've been mistaking attention for loyalty, listening for love, and conversation for commitment? The truth is, not everyone who laughs at your jokes or comforts you in public deserves a place in your private world. Vulnerability is not for everyone, and the people worthy of it make your heart safer, not heavier. They stand beside you when you are flawed, when you are weak, when admitting your truth feels terrifying. They do not use your openness against you. They do not turn your courage into leverage. What if the pain you felt from betrayal isn't your fault, but a signal to recalibrate, to reevaluate who earns your trust? Real friendship is rare because it requires courage. The courage to be honest, the courage to be loyal, and the courage to honor someone else's heart as fiercely as your own. Fake friendships are loud, flashy, and easy, but they crumble under pressure because they lack this courage. Once you learn to recognize the difference, once you see who protects your heart and who preys on it, you gain clarity, power, and peace. The moment you stop giving your deepest self to those who do not value it, you open the door to connections that are real, nourishing, and transformative. And you finally understand that trust is sacred, vulnerability is strength, and true friends are priceless. What if the friendships you've been clinging to are quietly keeping you small without you even noticing? What if every conversation, every hangout, every late night call is not building you up, but reinforcing limitations you didn't even know existed? Most adults fall into the trap of thinking friendship is just about comfort, laughs, or shared memories. But the shocking truth is that real friendship is about growth. True friends push you toward your potential. They challenge you. They celebrate your wins without envy. And they hold up a mirror to the parts of yourself you're too afraid to face. Fake friends, on the other hand, thrive on stagnation. They are satisfied when you stay predictable, when you remain dependent, when you never outgrow them. Imagine thinking you have a circle of supportive people, only to realize that their presence has kept you trapped in fear, doubt, and mediocrity. The painful reality is that not every person who smiles at your success wants to see you soar. Some are comfortable with you staying small because it makes them feel bigger. Mutual growth is not just encouragement, it's accountability, it's tough love, it's being willing to tell the truth even when it hurts. What if the reason you feel stuck in life isn't circumstances, isn't lack of effort, but the people you've been surrounding yourself with? Real friends inspire change, they push boundaries, they hold space for transformation. Fake friends mirror your weaknesses and feed your comfort zones. Growth is uncomfortable, and anyone unwilling to walk through discomfort with you is not a real friend. They are a spectator of your life, a passive participant at best. True friendship requires evolution from both sides. It's a two-way street where both hearts, minds, and souls expand together. The shocking part is how easily we ignore this because growth often comes disguised as criticism, challenge, or even conflict, and we mistake that for hostility. But when you start observing who makes you better, who stretches you without breaking you, who celebrates your victories while encouraging your journey, you begin to recognize the friends who are worth every ounce of your loyalty. Surrounding yourself with people committed to mutual growth doesn't just enhance your life, it transforms it, it accelerates it, and it finally allows you to step into the version of yourself you were always meant to be instead of settling for the safety of stagnation that fake friendships have quietly built around you. What if the reason you've been surrounded by fake friends all this time isn't bad luck, but a lack of intention? What if every casual connection you've held on to, every convenience-based friendship has been quietly draining your energy and stalling your growth? Most adults live their social lives on autopilot. They meet people, smile, laugh, and call it friendship. But the shocking truth is that not all connections are created equal, and not all people deserve access to your heart. Imagine filling your life with noise instead of nourishment, pretending that everyone who shows up deserves a seat in your inner circle, while the ones who truly align with your values, your vision, and your energy remain strangers. Intentional connections are different. They are deliberate, conscious choices to surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and protect you. They are friendships built not on convenience or social obligation, but on alignment, respect, and authenticity. Fake friends often appear by accident. They pop up in your life, demand attention, and fade without accountability. But real friends are found through conscious effort. What if the difference between feeling stuck, drained, or lonely and feeling empowered, supported, and alive is simply about who you let into your circle? What if every relationship you've tolerated because it was easier than confronting discomfort is the reason your energy feels depleted, your trust feels fragile, and your growth feels delayed? When you start seeking connections intentionally, when you prioritize values over proximity, quality over quantity, depth over distraction, you transform not just your friendships, but your entire life. Real friends are the ones who align with your truth, who reflect your best self, who walk with you through challenges without pretending, and who celebrate you without expectation. Fake friends are loud, easy, and temporary. Intentional friendships are quiet, rare, and lasting. The shocking reality is that most people spend decades chasing friends who aren't meant for them, never pausing to ask, does this person belong in my life? But the moment you choose to be intentional, the moment you stop settling for shallow loyalty and start seeking genuine alignment, you unlock the secret to meaningful connection, sustainable energy, and a life surrounded by people who lift you higher instead of holding you back. And suddenly friendship becomes not a risk, but a source of profound power, joy, and fulfillment. As we navigate the journey of adulthood, we begin to realize that friendship is not about quantity, convenience, or appearances. It's about truth, energy, loyalty, growth, and intersectionality. The people we allow into our inner circle shape the person we become, the dreams we pursue, and the peace we experience. Spotting fake friends is not about cynicism. It's about clarity. Finding real ones is not about luck. It's about awareness and conscious choice. Every time you listen to actions over words, honor your energy, observe responses in conflict, protect your trust, nurture mutual growth, and choose connections intentionally, you step closer to a life filled with authentic, uplifting, and transformative friendships. So, take a moment to reflect, to set boundaries, to release what no longer serves you, and to welcome those who truly belong in your life. Your heart is precious, your time is valuable, and the right friendships will honor both. Good luck on this journey of discovering genuine connections. May your life be surrounded by people who lift you, challenge you, and celebrate you in ways that transform your soul. Thank you for taking the time to listen, reflect, and invest in the friendships that truly matter.